Greetings fellow gaming fans, this is Small Archangel and welcome back to Archangelos Castle in Rising World. It's been a while, hasn't it? Well, I have returned here because it seems the most appropriate place to tell you about the new update which dropped just a few days ago in Rising World. That is to say, update 9.2.5, which introduced some wonderful new content, which we're going to explore in this little update video. Because apart from anything else, some of this stuff is not necessarily going to be appropriate for my current series, which is a medieval build, although some of it will be. So it may take a while for any of that to sort of make it to our current series, if it gets in at all. So the first thing we're going to do is head into my workshop here, because we've got several different items in which have been added to the game now. Weapons wise, we've got quite a lot of weapons which were in sort of added to the game a little while back, a couple of updates ago, but one that did not make it in was the bow. We got a crossbow, but we did not get the normal bows into the game, and they have now been added. So you can see there we've got a sort of a fairly simple single piece bow, and we've also got a reflex bow or a recurve bow, which is the name I know them by, which is a little bit more complex looking there. And of course we've got arrows to go along with those, and currently the crossbow and both types of bow, both other types of bow use the same kinds of arrows, but that may apparently change in further updates. We may have crossbow bolts as well to craft for our crossbow. There is a third type of bow in the game which cannot be crafted, can only be looted in dungeons, so that adds to our dungeon loot, because there's various types of sword that can only be looted in dungeons also. So that's great. So we're gonna make ourselves a new bow. So let's just see what we need. I think I want to make a reflex bow for my castle here. So we'll have one of these, and for that we need lumber, iron rod, and thread reel. So I've just made sure I've got everything that I need in here. We've got lumber there. Okay, we should have what we need for this now. There we go. Craft item. Nice. And we better make some arrows as well, hadn't we? So I'm going to need some sticks for that. Let's get some sticks and see if I can make myself maximum. I can make 128. That is nice. Let's do that. Alrighty. And then I've got my bow here. And let's just see if I can equip that. Nice. Here we go. Now all I need is an archery target, but failing that, let's just see if we can shoot this at our statue here, and let's just check out the animations. Well, that doesn't look like massively good archery form to me. Oh my goodness though, look at the arrow sticking out of the face of my statue. That's a pretty good shot. I hit him right in the nose. Fantastic. I'm not sure if that arrow will go away or if it will just stay there forever here in Castle Archangelos, but that is quite amusing. So there you go, you get actual arrows sticking out of things as well, so that is brilliant. So next on the list then, we can also craft chainsaws, which I can't do here obviously because we are at the castle and we don't have a tier 2 workbench. But from your tier 2 workbench, as well as being able to craft a mining drill, you can now craft a chainsaw, which means that you have a high-tech solution for mining and one for sort of more rapid wood cutting as well. So that is another tool that has been added to our arsenal via the tier 2 workbench. But what we're more interested in here at the moment is the armor, which we can now craft as well. And it's not just for looks, this armor, guys. This armor will actually provide protection as well. Currently there are only 3 sets of armor available in the game, and for this we're going to have to go up and rather incongruously craft it on the loom. Yeah, that's a little bit bizarre, but hey, here we go. So in here we have now clothing. We have our clothes, various types of clothing, we have costumes, but we also have armor. And in here we have 3 types of armor we can make. We have leather, Knight Armour 1 and Knight Armour 2, and to me that kind of looks like good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy. I'm not sure if that's the idea behind it, but we have slightly different looks that we can rock here. All of which we need iron plate, and quite a lot of them for our Knight's Armour, both pieces. I'm fancying a good guy armor myself, so let's check that out. Let's give it a try. I've got some, again, I've made sure that I had the stuff that I needed in here. I think that's going to be enough. I didn't actually count. There we go. There's our iron plate armor. Let's see if we can put that on. There we go. And that takes place of our clothes, which yeah, isn't particularly. I think actually your armor, she looks a bit beefy in that, doesn't she? She looks a little bit buff. She might actually look a bit better on a male character. I think it's the same model whether you happen to be male or female. So she looks a little bit perhaps chunkier than would be ideal, but that will actually give us more protection as well. So if we get attacked by a, oh my goodness, did you hear that? We actually clank when we walk around too. That is pretty awesome. I actually can hear myself walking around in armor as well, which is pretty cool. I like that. That's immersive. Okay, so we've now got our armor, our suit of armor that we can walk around in when we're outside, out and about, and we can carry that in our inventories if we want to. And I don't know how much protection it affords us, but you can also see our ammo, the arrows that we crafted that are in there. Unfortunately, they do take up some space, inventory space as well, and for some reason they only stack in 16s, which seems a little crazy to me. It seems a little bit underpowered. I don't know if that's bugging out, but yeah, that seems like a fairly small stack size and certainly not ideal, because we're going to end up with our inventory entirely filled with those. So whether that's working as intended, I don't know. Now the other and very exciting bit of this is the addition of NPCs, dummy NPCs. I'm very excited about this because it means that we're going to be able to repopulate, or rather populate the first place, populate our world with NPCs. Now we can only at the moment, this is kind of limited. I think it's first step in adding NPCs to our world, so we can't currently interact with them, and we can only spawn them in through the console. So there are a few console commands to allow us to do this. So first of all, I'm not sure if we have any, and spawn NPC dummy. I'm not sure if we have any choice as to what or who we spawn in. Hello. He'll do for me. He's very nice. Okay, so let's see if we can dress him, because that's something else we could do, is we can set what he wears, and we can set what happens with him as well. You can see he's walking around, so we can stop him from walking around with another console command. Lock NPC. NPC dummy locked. There we go. Now he can't move. He can't walk around. And we can also set NPC skin. And we can see we can change the colour of his hair if we wanted to, or the colour of his eyes. Let's give him more dark eyes. Oh, that's a bit too dark perhaps. Yeah, that looks better with his hair colour. I like that. Beard, haircut, we can do all sorts of things. So we could actually set his gender as well. So if we wanted a female NPC, we could do that. So we could do all sorts of things here. Name optional, and we can even name the dude. Okay, let's call him Guy, because that seems like an appropriate name for a knight. And then I'm not sure if we can actually set his dress. It doesn't look as if we can actually change what he's wearing at the moment, which is a shame. Look at that, you see. We can see he's called Guy, which is fantastic. And I think I will allow him to walk around, actually, as well. We'll give him a little bit of freedom, so... Actually, I'm not sure if I can revert that. Maybe, possibly, we can't actually unlock him once he's locked, which is a bit of a shame. But at some point, we will have the option to... I like the way they actually turn to look at you. We'll have the option to interact with them directly via the action button, I assume, and we'll be able to equip them with whatever we want them to wear, and we'll be able to maybe get them to follow us. You can also set your NPCs invincible by... literally putting in set NPC invincible. So there we go. NPC dummy 426 whatever, aka Guy, is now unkillable, which probably means if I shot him in the face, he wouldn't die, and presumably he wouldn't attack me either. Sorry, Guy. Okay, so there we go. We shot him in the chin, and he seems totally unfazed by that. And unkillable, but there we are. So, whether we can despawn them if we want to, or, yeah, unlock them so that they are then able to walk around, I don't know. It would be great if we could. I have no idea whether that's possible or not. The only commands I know of are the ones I've shown you, and whether it's you know, possible to get them to free them, to allow them to walk around again afterwards. After you've locked them, I don't know. Unlock NPC does not seem to do the trick. Maybe a little bit of playing around is required for that. In any case, it will be quite good now to be able to populate our builds a little bit, yeah, if there is a way of dressing them, I haven't quite worked out what it is. It would be good if we could. He's actually wearing the same thing as me, so I suppose it is possible that they will wear what you wear. Let's just check that out and see if that's the case. If I do that, no, possibly not. But if I spawn in another NPC, will that NPC then be wearing armor like I am? I don't know. I'd quite like a knight NPC in front of my castle though, so let's just try this. Yes! There we go, and actually it's the same dude, which is really creepy. So unless I change him, he's gonna be the same guy. And he's not wearing a helmet, and neither are we. But there are 3 helmets that we can actually craft to go along with our armor. But evidently, at the moment, again, whether it's he's actually moving. That's quite cool. He's actually doing stuff. I'm not going to lock this one. I'm going to leave him to his own devices. So there we go. And I won't set him to invincible either. But maybe eventually I'll be able to furnish him with some weapons, and he'll be able to guard my castle for me. But for the moment, yeah, I don't really have any control over Guy Mark II or indeed Guy Mark I. So there you go, folks. Hopefully soon we'll be able to go out for an adventure with our newly created NPCs and have a little more interaction with them. But for now, our world is going to seem like a bit less of a lonely place. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And check out my other Rising World series if you haven't already seen them. For now, until the next episode or the next video, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye-bye for now.